It's been 3 years since dozens of people were forced from their homes in South Sioux City, Nebraska because of hydrogen sulfide gas produced by Big Ox Energy, which left their homes unlivable. Thanks for joining us. I'm Larry Wentz.
And I'm Yetska Walran. And tonight, in an exclusive sit-down with Siouxland News reporter Katie Koppel, a few of those residents still out of their homes reflect on the last 3 years.
And the mayor of South Sioux City talks about the future of Big Ox Energy in that community.
The city of South Sioux City is seen as a legacy town, a town where generations of families live and grow, and a town where new families are welcomed in with open arms. A town where people are proud to call home. For some of those families, the end of 2016 changed that perspective.
Growing up in South Sioux or around South Sioux, you smell when IBP or Tyson dries blood. You can smell when Richardson Milling's dumping molasses in with their oats. You can smell when Beanbo's is baking bread. I mean, there's all these, and you kind of identify where they're from or have a pretty good idea. This was unlike any odor I'd ever smelled before. I mean, this one was making people sick.
And it just hit. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't move. It was just like it hit you like a ton of bricks.
You know, if we go back to October 26th of 2016, in the evening in Robin Marie's front yard.
Right.
And the mayor was coming in from out of town, stopped, and he walked into Robin Marie's house, turned around, walked out, walked around the corner and puked.
Yep.
It was so bad. He came out and told all of us, your houses are dangerous. It's a dangerous chemical. Get out tonight.
More than 30 homes were affected that year by hydrogen sulfide gas coming up from the sewer lines from Big Ox Energy. The plant had only begun operations in September. Just 1 month later, dozens of people were forced to leave their homes because of that gas. A number of them have not been able to return.
Instead of having our home where we live, where we have all of our stuff, where we know we're comfortable and safe, we no longer live there. We no longer have that stability.
3 years ago when this happened, I was a senior in high school, and this really overshadowed and ruined the last that I had while I was in high school. And while life was easy, it made life a lot more difficult than it needed to be. Living in South Sioux was always something that I was very proud of. It's where my parents were from. It's where my grandparents were from. It was supposed to be this great community that looked out and looked after each other, and it breaks my heart seeing how fast they turned their backs on us for some company that just opened up.
After reports of odors and complaints from residents began coming into City Hall, Mayor Rob Koch knew they had something on their hands.
We knew that there was an issue, and we had talked to these people several times, and they were complaining of odors in their homes and nothing we had ever experienced before, so we didn't know for sure what it even was.
But the mayor says this wasn't the city's issue, but a problem with the homes.
First of all, you know, there's very strong beliefs on our end that every one of those homeowners that were affected by this had faulty plumbing. They had proper traps in their house. The smell, that's how houses are built, would never have gotten in their homes. No, I don't care how strong that smell is.
My plumbing tested fine with Big Ox. I got a receipt that says, hey, your sewers are good, your vent pipes are good, but yet my plumbing's faulty because it was to blame us that followed that on me. I've had my drains checked, I've had my plumbing checked, I've had a camera down my line to the street. There's nothing in that pipe.
We did everything they asked. We let whoever they wanted come in and inspect. Big Ox came in, the city came in. We did everything they wanted. And then they just walked away from us when they realized the homes were so destroyed.
In December of 2016, some of those people whose homes were filled with H2S performed smoke tests on their plumbing to see where that gas was getting in. Big Ox Energy hired a plumbing company to conduct those smoke tests in 4 of the homes and found several leaks in the plumbing. The Bakers received a different result from a different plumbing company that wasn't hired by Big Ox Energy. Were those houses up to city code then?
I know there was some that weren't up to standard. That plumbing was not where it should have been. Several of those houses, the plumbing was not right.
So is that on the homeowners?
Yes.
For that issue?
Yes.
Out of the nearly 3 dozen homes that had detectable levels of H2S, Koch said he went into about 5.
Well, there were 66 houses in the whole area where that sewage went down, and 35 homes reported odors. So out of the 35, 15 of them were the ones that were really that decided to file a lawsuit against the taxpayers.
Koch said that the city of South Sioux City and Big Ox Energy offered those affected money to make repairs. Some took that assistance, others did not. He also said there hasn't been talk of it since.
Well, once the lawsuit was filed, they keep showing up, make us whole, you're not doing anything for us. You know what, we did everything we can for them. But once you're told, no, I don't want to do it, it's not enough money, it's not not going to make me whole. Okay, we're going to go so far as a city. At that point, when they filed the lawsuit against the taxpayers, that's when we said, at that point, we no longer could help them.
I do want to touch on the lawsuits. I know there are a number of them out there. Who does have one out, or who has filed a lawsuit with Big Ox or the city? Okay. What do you hope see come out of those lawsuits?
Well, the mayor promised he'd make us whole. So as far as I'm concerned, that's everything that was in my house that's damaged is replaced. I don't know how you're going to replace my wife's wedding dress, but I'm kind of interested to see how they come up with that. I know my baptism outfit, some of the pictures, some of that. So, I mean, that's what I want. I want the mayor just to do what he said he was going to do, which is make us whole.
The thing they can't do is give us back the last 3 years of our lives.
Or our health.
We're just in limbo. All of us.
Yeah.
We just live in limbo.
I'd like the chance. Go ahead. Like the chance, when that mayor gets up there and he's spewing these things out about the political spiel that he puts out, and ask him, well, Mr. Mayor, you told us 1,000,000 times you're going to make all of us whole. Bring back my father. That's what I want to tell him. Because he and that city council took my father from our family. How is he going to fix that?
They were forced out of their home too.
Yes, and this gas was a result of him not being with us today. How are they going to fix that? How are they going to bring that last 3 years of all of our lives back?
After leaving their home, a quadplex his parents lived in 2 doors down from Rob and Marie, his father passed away. Rob Baker Sr. and his wife had also been moved to the Marina Inn. Mr. Baker used a wheelchair and a walker and had fallen at the hotel. He died from complications following that fall just a few weeks later.
What we all looked at for the future is gone. And we all invested in our homes and our properties for the future.
I'm in a way ashamed, but I probably shouldn't be. We go to counseling twice a month. If we didn't have that, I don't know where we would. Because I'm barely hanging on most days anyway, so,
It's not just the physical health, but the emotional.
And the physical's there. I've never had breathing problems before. I use all kind of inhalers now. I've had cancer before. Am I going to have it again because of some crap I was exposed to in there? It's not fair. They took so much more than our home. That's the thing I don't think anybody realizes. It's so much more than sticks and mortar and furniture and things. It's who we are.
It's family.
It's everything about us. We're still here. I don't feel like I'm here most of the time though.
Just 3 years ago when we left our house, it wasn't in our mind that we would never be coming back. If you go look at our house now, I still have a bedroom there, which I don't have at the house we live at now. When I come home from college and things like that, I don't have a place where I can go or a bed that I can sleep in. And just knowing that everything is there and how it's looked upon us that we chose this for ourselves. This is not the life my parents chose for me and for us. My parents worked hard for the house so that we could have this amazing life that they wanted us to have, and they took that away from us. We did not choose this.
Big Ox Energy was shut down earlier this year following numerous OSHA and EPA violations, having their permits revoked or suspended. Mayor Koch says the city of South Sioux City is looking into purchasing the building as they plan for a new wastewater treatment plant.
Ours would be a lot simpler. It would just be a simple wastewater treatment process. We wouldn't bring in the more toxic type sludge that they were bringing in. So it would be a simpler process. The price would have to work for the taxpayers. Unless it totally works for us, we will not buy it.
So essentially, if the city buys Big Ox, it gets it up and running again, it's not going to be in the same process that it was. It'll be a much smaller scale.
Smaller scale, simpler, not as toxic.
They didn't have one day of good operation in 2.5 years. Not one day without OSHA violations, without crap running off of the roof.
EPA air violations.
You know, EPA violations. How can the city operate it any different? It needs to go.
What do you wish the public knew, those that are not impacted? Not even just in South Sioux.
I wish they could have all been in our homes, smelled the smell. Imagine what it's like to have to walk away from everything you own. Your life, your memories, the hopes and dreams you have for the future. We were just finishing our home and just moving into it. 2 doors down from his mom and dad, you know. I wish people really knew. Instead of, they think it's some sewer smell. It wasn't a sewer smell.
Does the city regret bringing Big Ox into town?
As far as everything that's happened, absolutely. I wish it was good intentions by everybody involved. I am sorry that it happened. I can tell you that, and I wish they were in their homes. And if I can make it all, or if I can fix it, wave my wand, make it everybody whole again, and making them happy, I would.
At the end of the day, Mr. Mayor, I don't feel lucky and I'm not whole.
So when this is all done, you will hear it. It's the end of the day.
And I will ask you if this made you whole.
And it never will.
Never will.
Never will.
I never will.
To see the exclusive 35-minute digital special, you can check out this story on our website at SiouxlandNews.com.